Hey, what's up guys, welcome to another exciting tutorial with UXMate. Today we're going to learn how to create a cool interactive slider inside Figma, and that is going to be in a component with nested elements. So I have just simple frame here with a name slider BG, and it has a frame which has these different lines. These I would be using as stages of the slider. So first we'll understand the concept, so I'll just hide those lines here. So what exactly we have, you can say one rectangle or one frame with rounded edges and stroke with a white field. Okay, and I have this second rectangle with again rounded edges. You can simply draw a rectangle and create rounded rectangle with the border radius. So we simply have this rectangle with a field color of something like this. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to create a component, but before creating component I'll first create couple of more elements. So before that, make sure you have already subscribed to the channel. If not, you're going to miss a lot of exciting notifications for all our future uploads, so just go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Also guys, if you have not followed us on Instagram, then do it right now. I have mentioned my Instagram handle in the description below, and you can also join our Telegram community where you can get all updates with our tutorials as well as different prompts for Gemini photo edit and a lot of other stuff on our Telegram handle as well. So I just created one ellipse which is going to be our drag handle for the slider. So I'll just give it a name, drag handle. You can give any name. Naming is important so that you can create your interactions easily, but it doesn't matter what exactly name you give to your layers. Okay, I've just given it name drag handle, and what I'll do, I'll just make it white and I'll add a stroke to this. Just add a little bit thick stroke, and you can match the stroke with the outline, match the stroke color with the field color of the slider itself. Okay, so what we exactly have here, we have this simple rectangle, we have this slider field rectangle, and then we have this handle. Now what we have to do is we just have to align these things here. Okay, and now let's just put this circle here, so that what exactly we are going to do is now we will be creating a component where we would be moving this slider handle or the drag handle to change the range of the slider. All clear? So let's select everything and then right click and frame selection, and now we'll give it a name, slider slash 0, so that this is going to be our 0th element, and we would be having slider slash 100. First I'll explain you the concepts, then I will add more interactions where we can show the tooltip which shows the percentage in it. Okay, so for the 100 I'll move the drag handle to the extreme right. Okay, and then I will also scale up the width of the slider front which matches the width of our parent slider. Okay, and same here, I'll just reduce the width to somewhere around 30 or maybe less than that, and we will have this drag handle at the extreme left edge. Okay, now I'll select first frame and the second frame, slider slash 0, slider slash 100. Guys, if you don't know this trick of giving names to the frames, then probably you might have not watched our previous videos. So what exactly this does, when you give names something like this, slider slash 0 or slider slash 100, and when you create a component set from these, then it creates component with different variants 0 and 100. Okay, so I'll just simply go here and click on create component set. We are not creating a single component, we are not creating multiple components, but we are creating a component set. Now we have the slider component. Now what I will do, I'll simply create interactions. Instead of on click, we want on drag, and we want to change to this, and we can make it smart animate and just simply make it linear. Same way, we want a reverse interaction as well. If slider is at 100%, we want to go it back to 0 as well. So again, instead of on click, we are going to do it on drag, change to 0, and smart animate linear, we can keep everything as it is. So let's go here and draw a test frame to test the interactions which we have created. So I've just drawn a random frame here. Now I'll select this first variant of the slider component, hold Option or the Alt button so that we can create a copy of it, and just simply click and drag it outside the component on your testing frame. Now you can see we have created a copy of this variant here on our testing frame. I'll select this test frame and I'll simply go to preview the interactions. You can use Shift space as well to open this preview window. So let it load the preview of this selected frame. I'll just scale it up a little bit. And guys, till this point, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, then do it right now. And also let me know in the comments if you want more detailed interactions to create a slider component, or if you want to learn something else in Figma, just simply let me know in the comment and I'll create videos around those topics for you guys. Okay, so this has been almost there, and now it should be showing the preview very soon. Sometimes Figma takes a little bit longer than expectations to load the interactions. Even though the interactions are very simple, it also depends on the internet connection as well. Sometimes if the network is glitchy, it may take longer to load the preview. Okay, and now you can see I'm simply holding and dragging the mouse cursor here on this slider, and now you can see we have created this nice slider interaction. So if I leave it somewhere here in the middle, it will go to the nearest edge. So if I am more than 50%, then it will go to the rightmost corner. If I am less than 50%, it will go to the leftmost corner, because we only have created two different sets or two different variants. Now we'll just close this, and now we will be creating more detailed interactions here. So I'll just move this thing away. We'll again need this testing frame, and now I will expand this component. Okay, and let's make some space here between 0 and 100%. Okay, what we need, we also need a component which shows the percentage of the slider. So to do that, I'm just going to draw a simple rectangle here, or a simple frame here. Okay, and I'm going to give it name %. We can again use simple grayish shade here because we are going to represent it as a tooltip, and I will add another shape, a polygon at the bottom to give it a triangle, and use same fill so that it looks part of this same frame. And I'll make sure that this polygon one which we have drawn is inside the % frame, so that whenever we move the % frame, it follows the position of the % frame. Okay, and what we also need to do is we need to add the percentage as well, right? So to do that, what I'm going to do, I will simply create a text frame which has 0% written in it, and then similarly I'll just duplicate this, and we need to see 20% because we are going to use 5 steps. So I'll just do it in the 20s. I'll duplicate it one more time, let's call it 40, do it one more time, then this time let's make it 60, 80 and 100. Don't worry, we are going to create an auto layout for this. So I'll select everything here, hit Shift A to create auto layout, and I'll give it a name % digits because we already have given name person to the parent frame, but it doesn't matter. We can rename it. We can call it person, and we can call it tooltip. More better approach. Okay, for the person, what I would want a central aligned auto layout. Even I will select all the text layers here. And guys, if you don't know how to select nested elements in an auto layout, what you have to, or any frame, what you have to do is you have to select a frame and hit return on the keyboard, so that you can select all the child elements of the selected parent frame. And if you use shift and return again, then it selects the parent frame. So if you are enjoying these tricks and techniques, then let me know in the comments, and I'll just align it center so that we have 0 to 100, everything aligned perfectly in the middle. Now, as we have created an auto layout here, what I'll do, I'll select clip content, and I will move the frame, or I'll just reduce this height of this frame so that we only see 1% at a time. Now probably we don't need auto layout because we are going to animate this number as well. So I'll simply remove the auto layout from here, and I'll simply move this frame inside this gray box which we have created, so-called tooltip. And let's change the color to white so that it is nice and visible on this darker color. I'll simply select this frame and I will align it to the middle. Okay, now we have this tooltip, but if you go here and look at this slider component, you can still see the tooltip is not visible because tooltip is not moved inside the component yet. So what we have to do, we have to move it in the component, right? What I'll do, I'll simply delete this, because just to avoid the repetition of the work, I'll simply delete the 100% variant. I'll simply select the first variant, and I will select this tooltip component and move it inside 0. If you are confused with these things, what you can do is you can detach the entire component and recreate it from scratch. Okay, now we have tooltip here and we have 0, so I'll just simply give it different names. Instead of 0, I'll call it start. Okay, and you remember we had these steps frame inside the slider BG, so I'll just toggle the visibility of that so that we can see all these steps inside the slider. Now we are at the 0. What we need next is I'll just move it a little bit down, and because I need one more copy of this, so I'll just click on plus. I'll move it at the top, and we don't want to show the tooltip here. We will be only showing it once the mouse is on the slider. Okay. Now what we need to do, I'll show you for a couple of steps, then you can follow the same thing for all the steps which we have here. Okay, when we are here and when we move mouse on this circle, we should be showing the tooltip. Also, when we drag it to the first step, for example, we should be taking this tooltip and the field part to the first step as well. So I'll just select this, I'll create one more variant of this, and for now I'm just giving them the plain names, whatever they have. Okay, now let's create the interactions as well. As we add more variants, we should be adding the interactions as well, because if we add all the variants, then that could be very messy as we have a lot of steps in between. Okay, I have selected this first circle drag handle of the first variant, and I'm creating interaction from here to the here, and instead of on click, this is going to be mouse enter. Okay, so what exactly we are doing, when our mouse enters on this drag handle object, then we change the variant of the component to start. Are you getting this? If it is difficult to understand, just pause the video and watch it again, because this is one of the crucial and the important interactions. I'll just explain it one more time what exactly we are doing. We are creating a mouse enter interaction on this drag handle. So whenever mouse is on this circle or the drag handle object, Figma will change the instance of the component or the variant of the component to this start, because we have given it a name start. Okay, and we have drawn this arrow here. Now we'll make sure it is smart animate linear, or we can simply make it instant as well if we don't want any delay. Okay, now when we make it instant, and whenever we are here on this component, we would be triggering this this mouse enter element, or this mouse enter interaction when we are on this drag handle. Now what I have to do is I have to take this on the first step. I will also move this tooltip as well, and in the tooltip we need to select this percent and move it, oops, sorry, not the percent, we need to select these and move them up to show 20, and let's increase width of this rectangle here. Same interactions which we did in the first time we are going to repeat here as well, but now instead of on click it is going to be on drag. So when we drag this, we should go here to the 20% and change to, instead of moving, it should be smart animate linear, and all looks good. Now from here, if we go back, if we drag it towards this direction, it should on drag and go back to 0%, change to smart animate linear, all looks good. Now what we need a variant where we don't have tooltip for this instance as well, right? Okay, I guess we have broken something here. This tooltip is, let me just go to design mode, because this tooltip is outside the variant 3. So what we are going to do is we are going to select this tooltip and simply move it inside variant 3, so it is always with the component. Now let's create one more copy of this variant tree and just hide the tooltip from here. So when we are here and when we leave the mouse, so I'm just selecting this and I'm creating an interaction on mouse leave. We will go to variant 4 and this time it is going to be instant. And what we can do is we can have on mouse enter to the previous stage, instant animation, all looks good. Let's create one more mouse leave event from the second variant to the first, so that even from the 0, when on mouse leave, we just make it instant. Okay, I hope you are understanding the interactions. Just watch them carefully, because that is kind of a little bit complicated interaction, because we are merging multiple interactions together to create this slider. The concept remains same, we are just combining the interactions to make it more interactive. Okay, now we are here in this so I'll just simply delete it and again bring back the first variant of this component on my test frame, and now I will select this test frame and hit the preview again. So now you can see when my mouse is on this circle, it is showing me the progress, it is 0%. And now when I drag it, you can see my number is also getting changed, and when I reach here it is 20, and when I move my mouse away, the tooltip is gone. When I bring my mouse back on the handle, it shows the tooltip, and let's say if I drag it back, it takes to the 0, and when I leave the mouse and move my cursor away from the circle, the tooltip is gone. So I hope you have enjoyed this interaction. If you are loving the content which we are creating, then give us a thumbs up button and motivate us for keep on creating such an amazing content for you guys. So yep, till the next video, keep watching, keep learning, keep designing, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Telegram.